Today I'm going over a Reddit post of someone who thinks they did everything right when it comes to cold emails. The setup, the warm-up, the DNS records, and is still landing in spam 75% of the time, which is a lot. Which means 75 of 100 emails land in spam. That's super bad. That shouldn't even exist in a campaign. I'm going to show you what actually got right, what's causing the problem, and how to actually fix it. Because most of the advice I saw in the comments is pretty wrong. Hi, I'm Ed, and in this channel, I'll talk everything about lead generation, marketing, and conversion rate optimization. Let's get straight into it. Okay, so let's read the actual post. So I'm done with cold emails, still landing in spam after doing everything right. So he's pretty pissed. How the hell are you guys doing cold email at scale and actually landing in inboxes? So he says, yes, try this twice now. Change setup, tested variation, spent money, followed all the best practices. So if you're following all the best practices, why is it still landing in spam? Let's go over his setup. So yes, .com TLD, that's good. Plain text emails only, perfect. 1 month warm up, yeah, that's usually the normal, the requirement. That's usually what I would recommend, and most people would recommend at least 1, sometimes even 2 months for aggressive campaigns. I started with 2 emails a day, ramping up slowly, plus 10% daily, okay. Max 27 emails per inbox per day. 3 Google Workspace inboxes, so as quality inboxes, not those bad ones. No tracking, so I'm guessing he's not tracking reply rates. That's good because having tracking for open rates actually hurts your deliverability. There's no links or image in the first email. Most other emails shouldn't have images as well unless they get a reply. So if you're doing a sequence and then in the second there's a link that will land you in spam promotion, that will flag you as that. So you don't want any type of sequence to have the links or image unless you get that reply. Because if they're interested, then you send them a link to book a meeting. It depends on what you want. A link to see a video of a thing you did for them, going over their company, some problems they had, providing value, which I actually do. So the DNS records, the key SPF and all that technical stuff is actually done through Cloudflare. Okay, that's good. So he kept Warmup with a 50% reply rate. So I'm guessing he has a warm-up system or a warm-up provider. I sent 12 warm-ups emails per inbox and 50 for campaigns. So even if the campaigns don't get replies, I still get replies to warm-up. So yeah, that, as you're learning in spam, most likely is the issue because they're probably using bad inboxes on the tool you're using, because this clearly sounds automated. But we'll talk about that later. And guess what? Still spam. So we did a couple of inboxes, mail read 7.9, block apps, these are different, 25 inbox, one tests placement, this tests placement, and this one tests reputation signals, while this one tests actual placements in inboxes. So those are different things. GMS test, sent 5 test emails, buried 1 to 2 inbox. His own inbox, he has spam. So yeah, what tools did you use? SalesHand as an email sequencer and True Inbox. So this is one of the standard ones. Instantly, SalesHand, Smart Lead, True Inbox for email warmup. So he has actually a dedicated warmup tool. So at this point, he doesn't know what he's doing right. So we'll go over that. So first thing, what he actually got right. Basically, the setup is right. Only there's plain text, but I don't know if he in his sequence he's actually doing only plain text, because he says in the first email. So that might be one of the things that still leads to spam. No tracking, no links. Perfect. That's correct. I would advise anyone to not follow this. So next, slow ramp up. He has a warm-up tool which run alongside campaigns. I've seen that work, but I also seen a lot of horror stories. So it's 50-50. Some actually prefer to do just a slow ramp up instead of warming up with inboxes that you don't know if they are being flagged as spam, as bad inboxes, let's say. Most comments I've seen are pretty wrong because they say switch register by age domains. I mean, register Cloudflare is one of the biggest one. Most of people use the Cloudflare, so I doubt that's the problem. The inboxes he's using Google, pretty much the correct setup. So I don't know why he would need age inboxes. if he's doing everything right. So I don't believe those are the diagnoses. I don't believe those are the ones causing the problems. What I actually believe is actually causing the problem. First, I would say list quality, because ICP is link building clients, and these are pretty hard to reach to get replies. Super narrow, super specific lists. So if you're not making sure that those emails are verified, that those emails don't bounce, yeah, you're going to burn your domain, you're going to land on spam, you're going to land on promotion, and you're going to bounce. I don't see any mention of email verification before sending. I don't see any type of email building list. So I don't know where he got his emails. I don't know if he enriched them. I don't know anything about that. That's one of the things it doesn't tell in the Reddit post. So verified list means catch all the domains, rule addresses, dead inboxes, which will lead to bounce, spam, promotion, which you don't want, which will burn your domain. And 2 to 3% bounce rate on a fresh domain is enough to tank placement. In this case, it's not actually getting many bounces. I think I saw it somewhere here in this post. But yeah, that's why I say list quality is the most important. Probably one of the things failing in this case. Second is the copy. I actually have this copy here. Let's go over it to see why this mostly likely is landing on spam. I saw Cultural Care is getting bank links on sites like Barrington. Many of these kinds of sites don't have real traffic, so those links usually don't help ranking. A lot of companies aren't aware of this, as agency manages it behind the scenes. We build links across sites with real traffic so they can improve rankings but also boost your site's authority on Google. If you open, I can share a quick comparison of your current link versus better options. Where to look best, blah, 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 white label, link building, want to be out of your inbox, just reply stop. So the first things I actually flag are just the fact that he has traffic, boost, link building, these are spam filter keywords. Even this last part here just sounds salesy. One strategy I actually would use for this is just send them. Tell them you actually have it ready, and can I send you over the strategy, instead of just asking them like you don't have it ready. Make it seem like you have it ready, you're just waiting for their reply, because this will actually cut back on your effort of doing everything for the companies that won't respond. So you just do for the ones that are truly interested, and then you show them the results, which will lead to more meetings booked. You can even send them a video, which I will do video later on this type of strategy. Also sending videos as a form to provide value, so you can get that reply, you can get that meeting booked, you can get that call booked and the client. Okay, so the other things is outreach specialist. I wouldn't do this. The signature just sounds spammy again. You just need your name, remove this, and then also remove this because it just screams new letters pattern. It's not cold outreach. It reads like an agency deck, not a human. We actually research the company. So those are the things I would improve. And that's clearly why it's landing on spam, because of those copy issues. I won't even go over all of the copy, but it's pretty bad. It's all salesy. It just doesn't speak to the company's pain points, to the company's things that they need, the value that you are providing. So that's one thing to improve, the copy. You don't land on spam. Okay, so the next one is Warmup full quality. So he's using truly inbox. You see here for email Warmup. And Warmup tools basically work by sending emails between a network of inboxes and marketing as not spam. And the quality of that network matters, because if the one of those inboxes is landing you on spam when you're warming up, before you even start sending to real people, yeah, you will be flagged and you will be landing on spam, on promotion, and getting those bounces. One of the commenters in the thread actually flagged this. He said, most of all-in-one cold email solutions fail apart because they fake the deliverability score and don't do it properly. And they ran a test and it just didn't match with their DMARC report. So that's one thing to flag, because if you're landing on spam, probably the inboxes are bad, even if they say they are good. So you can either try switching or doing a slow ramp up. We'll go over that in a bit. But first, I actually want to go over my own example. Okay, so here's one of my examples. I did this when I was starting to freelance, and I hated cold calling because it was just a lot of a lot of work, let's say, a lot of dials, a lot of blanks, a lot of voicemails. So I wanted to try cold emailing to get me some web devs like SEO clients. And in this case, as you can see, I had for this campaign 3 replies for 998 cents, a lot of bounces, 5%, a lot of soft bounces, again, super high bounce rate. I didn't track open rates. I did basically follow the YouTube gurus things, and as you can see, it didn't work out so great. Just 3 replies. I actually did some only plain text. Basically, I did everything right, but it was still hard bouncing, soft bouncing, and not getting that many replies. Even though I was providing value, I was doing basically just sending them a video with an audit of their website. So I would provide value upfront and ask them if they actually wanted to see that video. I would say that I recorded a video in the email for them about some issues they had on their website. So a form of providing value. And then I would send a video if they were interested. In this case, I would even add my YouTube channel, my website, and if they wanted to book a free strategy call, I would even see when they actually saw the video, for how much, how long, so I would actually know when to contact them. But even though this part actually worked for the replies and in the other campaigns, as you see, hard bounces, it was just burning my domain because 5% bounce rate is not good at all. So yeah, I thought everything was solid, but one thing I didn't know, because they didn't tell me, was to optimize the list, make sure the emails won't bounce, make sure they are the correct emails for reaching out to those businesses. Because I use my own tool to actually scrape those emails, and that actually ended up being bad because I thought these are businesses that need to be contacted, so they are available. In this case, a lot of emails were dead. So yeah, that led to the high bounce rate, which actually started to burn my domain, my sending domain. So yeah, don't make the same mistakes I did, and always check everything and slowly ramp up, because when I started to ramp up, that's when the bounces started to come through, because the first part of the campaign, the first 100 emails were actually pretty good. Then I started to ramp up, and then yeah, the bounces came, the non-verified emails started being flagged, and I started landing on promotion and spam. Don't make the same mistakes I did, because some things might be fine infrastructurally wise, copy wise, but the list killed it. In this case, I believe that's one of the things that led to the demise of their campaign as well. His campaign. So yeah, that's one of the things that I believe led to the demise of his campaigns, the list quality, the list hygiene. Now let's get to actual fixes. How do you fix this domain? How do you fix this sending? How do you not land in spam? Basically, stop sending for a couple of weeks. Let the reputation breathe. Don't keep digging, because you don't want to worsen, even though I think you should just get another domain and restart, because 75% emails landing on spam, I just don't think is recoverable for that domain. That domain is probably already flagged by Google, by Outlook, as spammy. So yeah, I would just get another domain and restart, even though you could let it breathe. I just don't see the point. Verify the list, remove those catch-alls, those role-based emails, everything below 80% confidence, and verify in multiple software, because some, like I said in the inboxes, some just lie. So yeah, you want to verify with a lot of providers so you get the list cleaned up correctly. And you should aim for below 0.5% bounce rate for your campaign, because above 2-3% your domain will be burned. So yeah, also please rewrite the copy, because one paragraph, keep it short, simple, specific to that company's problem. In this case, it would be to link build, speak about the pain points and the sequences, instead of providing links, images, show social proof, case studies you've done. Don't use agency or sales language. And no unsubscribe line, because if they want to unsubscribe, any cold email tool should have that unsubscribe part, unsubscribe for these emails, and or at least a way that they can say, I don't want to receive these emails anymore, and that should be flagged and stop sending, so they don't actually put you in spam. I'm guessing a lot of people are actually flagging his email as spam manually. So yeah, That's probably one of the reasons, we didn't go over that, but that's one of the reasons that its email is getting flagged as spam. Just people manually seeing that salesy, super bad copy and putting it on spam. So yeah, make it short, to the point, 1 to 3 lines, and move on. I would actually maybe switch Warmup pool or try other Warmup tools. Keep it at 1.5% campaign volume and try to slowly ramp up manually. I've done that with great success. And I've seen a lot of people here on Reddit also do that instead of relying on those warm-up tools. But this depends on your volume. If you're doing low volume, slow ramp up might be good. Doing high volume, just make sure that the tool you are using is not lying to you, because I think in this case they were lying about the stats. But yeah, that's pretty much it. Basically, cold email isn't bad to as a form of marketing, as it's still one of the main marketing channels people use to scale their products, their SaaS, their freelancing gigs, their agencies. But the marketing for margin is super thin, and it's getting thinner with the spam updates for Google and the Outlooks. Keep all of these things in mind. We talk in the video. Even when you think you're doing everything right, but still in spam, promotion, and bouncing, yeah, you should definitely look at the things that might be causing that. Because if infrastructure is correct, might be your list. So might be the tools you're using. So go one by one and don't burn your domain. And I'll see you on the next one.